The US FDA unveils AI tool aimed at speeding up scientific review processes. Nothing can go wrong with this, right? Nothing can go wrong with this. Having the FDA use AI to speed up the scientific review process. Now, I will try to be fair. If it's the case that the FDA will use AI and then have somebody who have at least one credible human being to confirm the outputs of AI, that's not so bad. And in some cases, that actually works really well. For example, I went over a study 1 or 2 weeks ago that showed that when doctors used AI to detect breast cancer, and you had the doctors rigorously, and I mean vigilantly and rigorously check the AI detection outputs, the breast cancer detection rates went from something like 70 or 80 some odd percent for just the human detected ones to above 90-95% with the AI enhanced ones. But it required that a human check all the potential outputs that the AI gave. I would be okay with this if that's the case, but I have no idea if that's the case. So what they're calling this thing is ELSA. I have no idea why they called it ELSA. What a stupid name. And essentially what they're going to do, they're going to receive scientific papers with regards to, of course, what the FDA is known to regulate, which is essentially, drugs and other health stuff. And the AI is going to give them some kind of, summary and whatever. And then they're going to determine whether it's, a good thing or a bad thing and make decisions based on that. That is very ripe for issues. Let me pull up a follow-up article. Unfortunately, this tool got rushed out. It was released weeks ahead of schedule, according to some people who have been on the inside using it and seeing how this is played out. Their goal was to accelerate clinical protocol reviews, shorten the time needed for scientific evaluations, and identify high-priority inspection targets. However, they basically sold it. It was a sales pitch. So when the FDA said, hey, we're going to use this new AI ELSA thing, they were actually just kind of selling the fact that they were going to do it because it was like a FOMO move. They didn't want to lose out on the AI hype. And so they said, yeah, this is what we're going to do. Now, unfortunately, what that means is that they moved too fast. They didn't properly test it. They didn't confirm that the actual usage of it was going to do the things that they claimed it was going to do. It's your typical tech bro sales tactic in the FDA with AI. This happens all the time. Nothing new under the sun here. And I'm not surprised. What I am, however, is concerned. I'm concerned that the brains at the top, who seem to be smooth-brained and think that this is a good idea, are going to use AI and push for it in this use case because it's too late. We sold it. Now we got to commit. And the results will be, well, the FDA is going to be recommending stuff that might not be so good for you and me.